love. Separation from my love keeps my body awake. O dear, and by no way can I go to sleep. O dear mine, Nanak says, by loving the Guru, he has found God, the true friend. In the month of Chetar, my dear, begins the pleasant season of spring, but without the beloved, O my dear, the dust is flying in the courtyard of my mind. There is still hope in my sad heart, my dear, and my both eyes are fixed on him. Now on seeing the Guru, Nanak is overjoyed as the child on beholding its mother, O dear. My dear, true Guru has related to me the discourses and stories of God. I am his sacrifice unto my Guru, my dear, who has united me with God. God has fulfilled all my hopes, O my dear, and I have obtained the fruit my mind desired. When the Lord is pleased, O my dear, slave Nanak is absorbed in his name. With other than the Lord, I shall not have the play of love. How shall I find the Guru, by clinging to whom I can see my beloved? O bestower God, cause me to meet the Supreme Guru, as through the Guru alone I can unite with thee. My dear Nanak has obtained the Guru, as such was primal writ on his forehead. The creator of all is the one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. Ragasa, 5th Guru, Chand Kar, 1st. Joy, great joy I have felt on seeing the Lord Master. I have tasted the sweet elixir of the Lord God. God's sweet elixir has settled in my mind, and through the true Guru's prayer I have attained poise. Lord has come to my home, and I sing songs of joy. The 5 evils have fled. I am pacified and sated with the ambrosial hymns of Guru, my intermediary, who has become friendly with me. Nanak says, my mind is fixed in faith with God, as I have seen the Lord with my own eyes. Adorned, adorned are my beauteous gates, my Lord, as my guests are the dear saints of the Lord. The dear saints settled mine affairs. When making obeisance, I took to their service. God himself is the groom's man, himself the bride's man, himself the master, and himself the marriage god. His affairs, the Lord himself accomplishes, and himself sustains the universe. Nanak says, the bridegroom is sitting in my home, so adorned look my beautiful gates. The 9 treasures have now come to my home, O Lord. Everything I obtained by meditating on the Lord's name, O God. By meditating on the name with equipoise and devotion, the Lord becomes one's helper forever. His calculation is ended, his wandering ceases, and anxiety never enters his mind. When the Lord becomes manifest, spontaneous music plays, and the scene of wondrous splendor is enacted. Nanak says, when the beloved is with me, then do I obtain the 9 treasures. Overjoyed became all my brothers and the friends. By meeting the Guru, I have won my hard battle of the arena. On meeting the Guru, I repeated God's name, razed to the ground the walls of the castle of the doubt, and obtained victory. I got the wealth of many treasures, and the Lord himself stood by to assist me. That man alone is truly enlightened and preeminent, whom the Lord has made his own. Nanak says, when the Lord is on my side, then my friends and brothers rejoice. Asa, 5th Guru, indescribable is the sermon of the ineffable Lord Master. It cannot be known even a little. The demigods, men, angelic persons, and the silent sages have serenely expressed it. In equipoise, they recite the ambrosial Guru's hymns and embrace love for Lord's lotus feet. By meditating on one incomprehensible and immaculate Lord, they obtain their heart desires, boons. Forsaking pride, worldly love, sin, and duality, the mortal's light merges into the supreme light. Nanak prays, by Guru's grace, man ever enjoys God's love. God's saint, God's devotees alone are my friends, companions, and helpers. By the greatest good luck, I have obtained the company of the saints. Through greatest good luck, I had holy company and have meditated on the name, whereby my suffering and maladies are removed. By clinging to Guru's feet, doubt and dread fled. The Lord himself has effaced egoism. By his grace, the Lord has united him with his own self, and he shall have no separation nor go anywhere. Nanak supplicates, O God, I am thy slave, I ever seek thine shelter. At thy portal, O Lord God, thine loved devotees look dignified. O Lord, I am a sacrifice, and ever a sacrifice unto them. I make obeisance and am ever devoted unto them, by meeting whom I have known the Lord. The perfect and omnipotent Creator is pervasive in every heart and all the places. He who, meeting the true Guru, meditates on the name does not lose his life in gamble. Nanak supplicates, O Lord, I seek thy shelter, show grace and save me. Numberless art thy merits, O Lord, how many of them can I sing? The dust of thy feet, my master, I have obtained through the greatest good destiny. Bathing in God's dust, filth is washed off, and departs also the pain of birth and death. Within and without, the Supreme Lord Master is ever present with the mortal. By singing Lord's praise, peace ensues, pain ends, and man does not enter into existence again. Man, Nanak supplicates, by seeking Guru's shelter, man swims across and becomes pleasing to his Lord. Asa Chand, fifth Guru Kar, fourth, the Creator of all is one, the one, only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. With God's lotus feet my mind is pierced, and none other is sweet to me. O Lord the King, meeting saints' society, I meditate on God and see the sovereign Lord in all the hearts. I see God in every heart, and Lord's nectar rains on me. Thereby my pain of birth and death has fled. By singing the praises of God, the treasure of merits, my suffering is effaced, and my knot of pride is snapped. By his natural disposition, my beloved, leaving me, goes nowhere, and my heart is dyed in fast red color of the madder. Nanak's mind has been pierced by the lotus feet of the Lord, and now nothing else is sweet to him. As the fish cherishes water, so am I intoxicated with the nectar of the God, O Lord the King. The perfect Guru has instructed me by which true way of life was found, O Lord the King. They whom Lord, the knower of hearts, attaches to his sash, obtain salvation while alive. God is an invaluable wealth, which is manifest and fully pervasive amongst all. Leaving them, he does not go elsewhere. The Lord Master is accomplished, beauteous, and sagacious, and his bounties never exhaust. As the fish is striated with water, so is Nanak absorbed in the Lord. As the pied cuckoo craves for raindrops, so I yearn for God's sport to my life, O Lord the King. The sovereign Lord to me is dearer than all the wealth, treasure, son, brother, and friend. The detached Lord is dearer to me than all, and his true state none can tell. I never forget God, even for a single breath or morsel, and by Guru's word enjoy his love. The perfect Guru is the life of the universe. The saints quaff his nectar, and the meditating on him shake off their doubt, attachment, and suffering. As a pied cuckoo longs for raindrops, so is the Lord dear unto Nanak. By meeting my God, my desires were all fulfilled, O Lord the King. By meeting the heroic Guru, my wall of doubt is shattered, O Lord the King. The perfect Guru is obtained through the eternal writ of God, who is the bestower of all the treasures and is compassionate to the humble, in the beginning, the middle, and the end. He is alone, the beauteous, great Lord, the world cherisher. The dust of saints' feet purifies and sinner and bestows immense joy, peace, and happiness. As is met the omnipresent Lord God, all his objectives are fulfilled. Asa fifth Guru, Chandkar sixth, the Creator of all is one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. Slok, they to whom the Master becomes merciful meditate on Lord God. Nanak says, by getting into the company of the devotee, they embrace love for the Lord. Chand, myself makes such love to the God as is the love of water for milk, which does not allow milk to be burnt by heat of fire. Now, like a humble bee intoxicated in the fragrance of the lotus, entangled in it, does not leave it even for a moment, similarly, do not move away even for an instant from the love of the Lord and dedicate to Him all thine ornaments and enjoyments. Where wailing are heard and death's way is pointed, there by virtue of the holy company thou shalt not feel any fear. Sing thou the praises and merits of the God, and all thine sins and sufferings shall depart. Nanak says, chant the songs of Lord God. O man, make thou love with God, and in thy mind bear such an affection for the God. As a fish loves water, and without it does not find rest for an instant, so, O mind, love thou the Lord. As the pied cuckoo, thirsty for raindrops, chirrup every moment rain, and is happy as the rain falls, so love thou God. Give to Him thy heart and thoroughly fix thy attachment on the Lord. Don't be proud, seek God's shelter and be a sacrifice to His sight. When the Guru is greatly pleased, the bride sends the message of her true love, and her parted spouse comes and meets her. Nanak says, sing thou the songs of the infinite love, O myself, love Him and enshrine thou such an affection for Him. The sheldrake is in love with the sun and thinks of it. She has strong yearning as to when she shall see the sun. The cuckoo is in love with the mango and utters sweet sound. So do thou love God, O myself. Love God. Do not take pride, as all are but guests of a single night. Now, why art thou involved in revelment and engrossed in the worldly attachments? The mortal comes and goes naked. By going in the holy company, shelter, and falling at their feet, the attachments which thou now feelest shall depart. Nanak says, sing thou the songs of the gracious Supreme Master and enshrine love for God, O man, otherwise how shall thou see God the Son? As the deer at night, hearing with his ears the sound of the bell, gives up his heart to it, O man, so thou love the Lord. As the youthful wife involves in love of her husband, serves him, so give thou this heart to thy beloved Lord. Give thy heart to thy love and enjoy his bed. Thou shalt have all joy and bliss. I have obtained my love assumed red color and have met my friend God after a long, very long time. When the Guru became my intercessor, then I saw the Lord with my own eyes. None else appears to me like my beloved. Nanak says, sing thou the hymns of the compassionate and fascinating Lord. O man, catch God's feet and have such love for Him in thy mind. Asa 5th Guru Slok, searching after the Lord from forest to forest and making such quest, I am exhausted. Nanak says, when I met the holy man, I found my God within myself. Chant, He whom innumerable sages and countless penitents are seeking, on whom millions of Brahmans meditate and enlightened seek by reciting holy text, the pure Lord whom people seek to meet through contemplation, austerity, equanimity, ritual, worship, so many purifications, obeisances, wandering over the earth and bathing at holy places, whom men, forest, grass blade, beasts and birds all meditate on, meeting the society of the holy, O Nanak, salvation is attained, and that compassionate and beloved Lord is found. Millions of incarnation of Vishnu and Shiv with matted hair, kind Lord, desire thee with endless longing in their mind and body. Infinite and inaccessible is Lord, the world sustainer, and He is the omnipresent wealthy master. The gods accomplished, heavenly heralds and celestial singers all meditate on thee. The super gods and heavenly dancers utter thine praises. Myriads of kings, gods, and many superhuman beings contemplate the Lord and hail Him. The gracious Master is the patron of the patronless. Nanak says, one is saved by joining the company of the holy. He whom millions of goddesses and deities of wealth serve in endless ways, whom invisible and visible beings, wind, water, day and night, worship, whom contemplate the stars, the moon, the sun, and whose praise the earth and sky sing, whom all forms of creation by their various tongues contemplate ever and ever, on whom meditates the Smritis, the Puranas, the four Vedas, and six Shastras, that Lord, the purifier of the sinners and lover of the devotees, says Nanak, is met in holy company. As much as of the creation of the Lord has made known to us, that much our tongue utters. They of whom we know not, we serve thee, of them there is be no count. Imperishable, incalculable, and unfathomable is the Lord, pervasive in all yet distinct. We are all beggars, thou alone the bestower. Thou art not remote, rather art present and manifest. Thou art is the power of thine devoted slaves. Those mortals who are united with you, how can their praise be counted? Nanak obtains this boon and honor of the placing his head on the feet of the holy person. As a fifth Guru slok, make effort, ye very fortunate ones, and meditate on Lord God, the King. Nanak says, by contemplating him you shall have all the peace, and your suffering, pains, and doubts shall vanish. Chand, be not slothful in uttering the Lord's name. By meeting the holy company, man does not go to death courier's city. By contemplating on the name, suffering, pain, and fear do not afflict, and one is ever happy. With every breath, meditate thou on the Lord God with thy heart and tongue. O kind and compassionate Lord, the store of elixir and treasure of merits, mercifully attach me to thine service. Nanak supplicates, meditate on the God's feet, and be not lazy in contemplating Lord's name. Purifier of the fallen is the pure name of the Immaculate Lord. The collyrium of the Guru's illumination removes the darkness of illusion. By the collyrium of the Guru's divine knowledge, one perceives the Immaculate Lord fully pervasive in the water, land, and sky. He within whose mind the Lord abides, even for a moment, his sorrows disappear. Perfect Lord's knowledge is incomprehensible. He is the shatterer of the fear of all. Nanak supplicates, by contemplating God's holy feet, purifier of the sinners is the pure name of the pure Lord. I have sought the shelter of the merciful Lord, the treasure of the grace. I have the support of thine feet, and in thy shelter lies my success. The Lord God's feet are the cause of the causes, and by his grace the Lord Master saves the sinner. By contemplating on the name, many are saved and cross the terrible world ocean. In the beginning and in the end, countless seek the Lord. I have heard that holy company is the way to emancipation.